Hi everybody, welcome back to the Claremont Classic Garage. We've got the float attached to the Ram 1500 and we're going to go on a little bit of an adventure. Well, what have we here? This is a 1961 Oliver 550 diesel. The other day I took Gord his Ferguson back, and while I was there, his neighbor Ross came over and said, "Hey, I've got this old tractor in my yard, come over and have a look at it." And once I got over there, he told me it hasn't run in a while, he's got no interest in fixing it, and if I can get it out of there and want it, I can have it. So I graciously took him up on his offer, and here it is. Went over there today, winched it up onto the trailer. It hasn't run in a while. He said there was some kind of a problem, a fueling problem. So it would start after considerable cranking and it would run, puff out white smoke, and it had no power. It wouldn't do anything. So it sounds to me like we've got a fuel flow problem. Now, he had told me that this all started one time. He went to the gas station to get some diesel fuel, and all they had was the fancy diesel fuel. And he was worried that that had like extra cleansers and detergents and stuff in it, and it flushed all the junk that had been gathering up in the fuel tank for years and years and years down into the filters and the pump and everything. And that is, it's quite possible that something like that happened. It could just be a plugged filter that coincidentally happened at that time, or we could have a failed lift pump, which I think that is there. So anyway, we're gonna see what we can find out about this thing and see if we can get it going. My hope is to use this thing to run my big Woodland Mills chipper, because when I bought it, they recommended me the smaller chipper than the one I actually bought, because they said my little Kubota didn't have enough horsepower to run it, which is, you know, maybe they're right. It's an 8-inch chipper, and yes, if I wanted to be shoving 8-inch logs through it, the poor Kubota probably didn't have the oats to turn it. But it's very rare that I would put something that big through the chipper, because, well, that's firewood, right? So this baby has got the power to run it. I could chip 8-inch logs all day with this. I think the engine is 45 or 46 horsepower, and it advertises 41 horsepower at the PTO. Now you can see here on the back, it's just got normal tractor stuff, a swinging drawbar, a 3-point hitch. There's the PTO down at the bottom. So yeah, we can work with this. I don't need the loader. I'm going to take the loader off of it. I have no use for it. I've got a nice loader on my Kubota, and I don't need this to be a loader tractor. Maybe if this had been equipped with the optional power steering, I would think about keeping the loader, but it just gets in the way, and it's just not something I need. Yeah, we can see there's the tag on it with the serial number and everything, so we can look that up. And I think I saw that. I think I saw the information for that on the internet, so we can figure out what the heck we've got here. I've got the operator's manual for it, and somebody had written on it with pen 1961, so I'm guessing it's a 1961 model. The grill on this is the grill that they used from 58 till 62, so it's got the grill at least fits into the year range that somebody wrote on the manual. So I checked the serial number. It is 66707, and that makes this a 1958 first year. I thought it was 61 because the operator's manual that came with it had 1961 written on it. But no, this is a first year 1958 Oliver 3, or pardon me, this is a first year 1958 Oliver 550. Pretty cool. First thing we're going to do is see if there's any fuel in this thing. Yep, I can see fuel sloshing around down there. Now I got to try and find the dipstick and see if there's any oil in this bloody thing. Well, it's got oil in it. The breather cap there actually has the dipstick built into the bottom of it, and it checked out. So what we're going to do now is pull this old battery out of it, stick a good one in it, and see if we can wind her over. Oh, we're up on top of it. Oh, it's got de-gauges, that's nice. Seems like it's in neutral. There's a key here. I don't know if the key cranks it or not. Yeah, the key cranks it. Well, she's cranking. Oh, my battery terminals. I just got the battery kind of... I don't want to tighten the lugs, right? In case I got to take one off quick. And there you go. She runs. The tack even works. Now I gotta slowly let the clutch up and see if it's actually in neutral. Yeah, it's in neutral. Shows 6,563 hours on it. Runs really good. Definitely could use a tune-up, but anyway, we'll see about getting it off the trailer. So first thing, let's get this thing running again. Oh, these stupid battery cables. Okay, so it's in neutral. Let's see if we can figure out how to lift up the loader. Maybe it's this thing here. There she goes. And down. All right. Now, let's see if we can find first gear. Yeah, I'd say we got first gear. Let me lift up the loader a little higher. Oh, nice steering box. Yeah, and the brakes even work. Mostly. Sorry, trying to steer this. So you can see there's our problem. She's a little smoky. That to me, that's not good. That's oil, unburned fuel, who knows what. But we'll figure it out. Well, as long as it's running, let's take it for a spin. That's first gear. I think we can get it in second. I don't know about fifth. Oh, there we go. So I can put around in second gear. See if it's got any power. It's not bad. Uh-oh. I stalled it. So you can see now that smoke is blue. That means the engine is burning oil. It probably needs a set of rings. See, now the smoke is more white than blue. And that aims more toward incomplete combustion. And if you listen to it, you can hear kind of a... So it could just need a valve job or something. We'll figure it out. The main thing is you can start it up and move it around and we'll go from there. All in all, as a gift, I mean, you can't go wrong with something like this. I really like this guy. It's a nice little tractor. We'll get the little issues sorted out with it, and you know, it'll be awesome. But you can't be running the chipper with it smoking like that, because the chipper's on the back of it. It'd kill you. But yeah, we'll figure it out. One thing I would probably like to do to it before I do too much is get all the fuel out of it, flush out the tank, change the filters, make sure everything is free and clear, give it an oil change, and then try it again and see what happens. We may be able to take the injectors out, and sometimes you can take them out and soak them in injector cleaner or something. You might even be able to put something in the fuel. There's all kinds of things we can try, but first thing I want to do is I got to get this loader off. So that'll be job one. I'm going to somebody will want this loader for sure. It works just fine. It doesn't need a bunch of welding or anything done to it. Somebody can take this and take it home and put it on their tractor and be using it like the same day. It's also interesting by this time how the influences of Ford and Harry Ferguson were spreading all through the tractor industry, because imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, I guess. I don't know if by this time Ford and Ferguson's patents were starting to run out, or if they made theirs just kind of different enough that they figured they could withstand a patent challenge, or what. I'm not into all that legalese, but you can see here how similar it is. It's got the Ford style swept axle with the radius rods, and the steering is quite similar. The 3-point hitch, it looks like it's literally made out of Ford parts, you know. The arms here, these knuckles, it's all exactly the same as Ford or Ferguson stuff. Unbelievable. The lift strut and the level box are heavier, but it's just you know, a 20% scaled up version of the Ford stuff. It's even got the draft control spring there. I have to read the book and see if you can switch this thing back and forth between draft control and position control like a Ford. Hard to say. I haven't really got into the manuals yet, but that's something I need to do. There is some kind of a little control here on top of the remote valve. I'm not sure what that's for. And I'm not sure how to turn the PTO on and off. Although I think this has got something to do with it. You can see here, this link, it goes up into the front of the transmission there, right? So I kind of think that is how you turn the PTO on and off. Not 100% sure. This tractor is the descendant of the Oliver Super 55 that was built from 52 to 57, and then in 58 they changed the sheet metal and I guess a few other little things in it. It was rebadged the Oliver 550, and it went until right up into the 70s. They were also marketed as a cockshut 550 with a little bit different sheet metal, and it was pale yellow with red underneath. It looked almost like a 50s Ford. But yeah, they seem to be a good tractor. I haven't read anything bad about them, so we're gonna see if we can get this thing running, you know, better. See what we can do about the smoke. I want to get what we're going to do first is we're going to give it an oil change and a filter change. We're going to change all the diesel filters and get all this stuff flushed out and get fresh diesel fuel in it, and see how it runs then. I also want to do a flow test, make sure we've got good fuel flow, and we'll go from there. If I can round up the stuff or make something, I would also like to give it a compression test, because that whitish, grayish, misty smoke coming out the back, that is basically unburnt diesel fuel. So that could point to a compression problem or a fuel injection problem, right? So the fuel could be injected at the wrong time, or something like that. So we'll have to figure all those things out. But all I could tell you right now is stay tuned. When I know more, you'll know more. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up now. That welcomes the Oliver 550 into our tractor family. Hope to get working on it soon. Hope you'll come back and see what we're up to with it. And until then, I'm Kevin saying so long from the Claremont Classic Garage.